FlowerSuhay Lashes, bringing you guys another video, but this time it's about isolating. I'm going to be showing you guys how to isolate baby hairs, how to isolate the inner corners, the outer corners, and just isolation in general. I'm also going to be showing you guys a couple tips and tricks that I've learned throughout my year of lashing. I'm going to show you guys how to set your lashes down on your lash palette so it doesn't come off ugly and it just removes very easily. And also, if you guys want to check out my last video, it was about taping down bottom lashes. It is on my Instagram, so I'll be putting it down below. That's something you guys are interested in watching. So yeah, let's get started. So she's already taped down and everything, but before we get started on the isolating, I wanted to show you guys a couple tips and tricks of mine. So my first tip is how I set up my lash palette. So you can buy these palettes off of Home Depot for I think about like 50 cents or less. And this is what I use, and I put duct tape, like just regular duct tape. I put it on the lash palette or on this. It's like a tile, and this literally makes the lashes like just come off so easy. Like if you guys can see, like it just comes right off. Like there's no residue or anything, and it's a very inexpensive way of creating your own lash tile instead of going out and spending like $20 on one. And then how I put my glue is I always put the blue tape under. So I put it under so the glue will not seep through, and that one always stays there. The one I replace is the brown one. I think you can buy this off Amazon. It comes a lot and it's super inexpensive as well. So that's my first tip. We're gonna get started. So if you guys look at her lashes go all the way down. They kind of touching the tape a little bit. So you always need brown tape and a mirror whenever you're working on a client. What you're gonna do first is you're gonna get some of this brown 3M tape, bring it in right here to lift her lashes a little bit higher. And with the mirror, you guys are gonna check to make sure you guys do not see her eye. If you guys see her eye, you guys went up too much. So this is good right here. So when you guys have taped up the thing, you guys ensure that you guys cannot see her eye and everything is good. You guys are gonna come in here and just inspect the lashes. Make sure there's no residue. You guys have to remember there are 3 layers of lashes. There's the bottom layer, the middle layer, and the top layer. Sometimes people have more visible layers than others. If you guys can see, these are like the 3 layers. This is the first layer right here. This is the second layer, and this is the 3rd layer. Okay, so now that you guys have this tape on here and it's kind of lifting the lashes a little bit, it's way more helpful, and you guys can definitely see that she has, her layers are very visible. So everyone has 3 layers. The first layer is down here, second layer, and the 3rd layer is these top ones. So sometimes when you isolate, you don't have to perfectly isolate. You can keep, so like this lash right here, it's isolated, but there's still some lashes on the bottom. But it's okay because they're on the bottom layers. So when I go and put a fan right here, it's not going to be touching anything. Nothing on the bottom and nothing on top. So I love using curved tweezers because they're just very, very handy. You know, if you're using the straight tweezers, it's going to be very hard to get in there sometimes. So sometimes you don't even have to isolate it like this. Sometimes you can just move the hairs to the side. So this is isolated. So I'll come here and just place it on the lash. that's basically how you place the lashes. You want the lashes not on the lid. The lashes never go on the skin. The lashes always go a little bit above it. So come in, you're gonna bring it in like right there, which is not touching the lash, but it's not super far away either. There's a very little space. And when you're lashing, try and lash the baby hairs first. Sometimes some baby hairs might be too small, but you can still put a small slice on there, or you can put one hair, or like a very small thin fan like this, and just place it on there so it becomes easier to isolate, because sometimes those baby hairs keep getting in the way and they get stuck to the bigger fan, to the bigger lashes. So that's basically how you isolate. Just remember, everyone does have 3 layers, so don't forget to lash the bottom layer. Don't forget to lash the middle layer, because it does make a difference. And now when you're doing the inner corners, you want to take off this tape. You want to get a new roll of tape, because that one will not be sticky anymore. You will come here, place it like right there, and you just want to pull. You want to gently pull that, and you adjust your iPad. You lower it a little bit, not to the point where you can see the bottom lashes, just a little bit like this, and it becomes so much easier. I don't know if you guys could see, so much easier. And then you come in with the lash, and you just place it on there. It's just so easy. Nothing gets stuck together, and these inner corners are just so much easier to see instead of them just being bunched up together. The tweezers I'm using are by Lash Bay. You guys can follow her on Instagram. So that's pretty much it about isolating. So like this lash right here, it's the first layer. This lash right here is the first layer. So when you isolate it and there's lashes on the bottom of it, that's okay. Nothing is gonna touch it, because those lashes are in the bottom. So you come bring it, it'll be right there, and nothing is touching it, nothing. So yeah, that's pretty much it.